Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty World Championship. We are here with another game on Charlie. My name is Bryce. Joining me here, of course, Chris Tunn.
Yes, Brycey. Nice to have you back. Anyway, I just had my first cast ever with Landon.
He's so much better than you.
Ah, okay, right. I mean, just come on, mate. Don't be nice.
I'm sorry. Landon's great. I love him.
I like Landon too. You didn't need to just say he's better than me. Anyway, besides the point, we had a game where you just absolutely ran through Vanity. Yeah, Vanity, obviously formerly Excalibur and Miami, who we expected maybe a little bit better from. First map was really close. Then next two were not so close. Definitely expecting maybe a little bit more from this one.
Yeah, I think so. This could be one of these games that's a little bit closer here. We spoke about Heretics coming into Champs, and a lot of people quite disappointed with how they've been playing in the second half of this season.
Yeah.
And the last few events. Is Champs where they redeem themselves? We spoke before about how Heretics maybe have made a few changes and it's not worked out for them. It's been a month since Miami. Have they improved?
Have they made any more changes? Have they made a change?
I imagine they have a lot, yes.
Yes, I would hope so. They always make changes, but it's just a query around why. You look at the beginning of the year and how well they did, and that's going to be the story of the year for Heretics, is how well they started, but yet they changed things. And then when they changed things, things started going worse. And then they changed things back, and things look great, and then they change them back again, and then they look bad. To me, it doesn't make any sense. But realistically, they made some changes throughout the year. They haven't worked out necessarily as well as we would have liked. However, Heretics have that potential. We have that speed that comes from Heretics that is so good to watch, especially if they get the right maps for it as well, especially in hard points. It's great to watch how fast and flowy they are. They have some very talented players on their roster as well. They should be able to deal with Hybrid. They should. But Hybrid are a team that you look at, you know, there's some guys on there, Spoof, Panda, guys that have been around in the open brackets doing really, really well throughout the year. They could potentially upset them. Yeah, this is one of those games that definitely has upset written all over it if you're standing at it from a certain angle, I would say.
Yeah, I think so. For me, you know, this is about finding out about how Heretics have improved. Yeah. How Heretics are playing now coming into this event, because they've been so up and down, and you know, they've been doing well at events in the first 4 events, and then went into Pro League and just completely were terrible. Problem being is they haven't really got that events play now. It's just gone full terrible.
Yeah.
And people are kind of downplaying how good Heretics can be. And I agree, you know, I think for me personally, Heretics are a big disappointment if they don't redeem themselves at Champs. At one point, you know, they got their highest ever placement for a European mainland team.
Top 6, was it?
Top 6.
Yeah.
You know, we were thinking, oh wow, they can continue to get better and better here. You know, they're setting records for mainland Europe. And then they fell off. You know, they had Rostermania. It didn't work out for them. They made changes to their roles multiple times. It hasn't worked out for them. Yeah. This is the last hurrah for Heretics. If they fail here, their stock has dropped through the floor.
Yeah, and you got to say, for next year, where does their stock lie? You know, a lot of these guys are obviously want to be teaming together. The Spanish community really do get behind their team, but you know, how high is their stock going into next year? This is what this determines. This is what determines for a lot of these players, not just Heretics. You know, everybody's here knowing what's happening next year. No, it's a big change. Everyone's stock needs to be as high as it can possibly get it. And right now, Heretics is pretty low in terms of the actual teams who are in the Pro League right now. So it'll be interesting to see how they do here. I think this is a potential game they could slip. Realistically, we do expect them to probably take it. We would favour Heretics in this series, but Hybrid definitely have something to offer, you would feel.
Yeah, not only that, but obviously many games going on here at the World Championships, and you know, the pools are starting to shape up. Some of them slightly more crazy than other ones, though. I know Group B, everybody's kind of on the Twitter sphere has gone berserk over. Mainly because of those results. Now, if you're casting your eye to the top right-hand side of your screen, you see that topping this group, Enigma 6 and Fuego.
Yeah, that's 2nd and 4th up there. I mean, look, we expected Team War to challenge Enigma 6. They got 3-0'd. Fuego, we really, for all that we've got a lot of love for the guys on Fuego, we didn't give them a shot against Gen G. I think Maven said Gen G statistically are the most consistent team this year in terms of placements, or highly consistent, I should say. They had really good placements all year long. Losing to Fuego is a big, big game in this pool now. Because, look, if Gen G and Enigma 6 win their 2 games there against Fuego and Team War, you fully expect this one to pretty much be over. That's them 1 and 2. However, it has been set up in such a way that this group could still go in any direction. Like, Fuego beating Gen G, great for Fuego, great for Team War, considering they lost to E6. But you could still see Team War beating Fuego. You could still see Fuego beating E6. You could still see Gen G beating E6. This group could go in any direction at this point. It's really up in the air.
It certainly could. Let's talk about Group A then. We have seen this group already a little bit. United and Celtic FC. Now, when we discussed this in our kind of our pre-show for Tom, we were saying, you know, this is maybe what we expect to see. We know Celtic, formerly the boys, were hoping to get elevated in their group. They believed they could beat them, and beat them they did. 3-1 to them, and obviously United shut down RBL Esports earlier on. RBL putting on a bit of better show than we would have thought they could have done.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily expected that they would go on and win that search and destroy, but you know, they did very well. They put up a good account of themselves, minus what you hear on Twitter, but irrelevant of what we will say there. United, you know, they did go on to win that one fairly comfortably in that one. But yeah, it's absolutely where you would expect that group to be. I think, you know, Celtic FC, you look at that team, we definitely expect them to be really challenging elevate. They beat them first game, that puts them in a great position in the rest of the groups.
It certainly does. All right, let's get into our game. We're about to kick it off, of course. In this best of 5, Hardpoint Arsenal will be our first port of call. And this is where we start to find out how well these teams are doing in our tournament. Of course, 4 games going on at all times. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta.
And Alpha.
Pardon?
You said Bravo, Charlie, and Delta.
I said Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and
I
Delta.
definitely didn't hear you say Alpha.
Well, that's your fault. It's not my fault.
Didn't say Alpha. Anyway, continue, Ben.
Right, if you are, you know, watching, you can back me up here because I said it. But let's get into this game, see how it is going to go down between these two teams. Like I said before, Heretics, lot to prove this event. Many people disappointed with how they've played, but Hybrid Gaming staying in their way, and Spoof's going high straight away, looking for methods, finds him with a hip fire, and somehow gets out alive.
What? How is he alive? And he kills Journey as well. Oh, Brycey, I'm going to enjoy this one. Hybrid Gaming getting straight into it. Heretics with not a very good start at all. Would love to see that from Spoofs. Flies high and somehow goes past pillars and stays alive. It might be irrelevant now, those Heretics do find 5 kills of their own and will lock this one down. And just crucial to try and get some window control here, but it is going to be Hybrid on the rotation. 20 seconds remaining on this one. They're in a better position going over towards P2. Heretics won't be too concerned about that.
They certainly won't, and now the rotation obviously matters so much to this one. You can get a good amount of time if you can get those back spawns and lock it down. Right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to go in Heretics' favour. They are going to be pushing forward, and they do actually get here first, but they don't have the spawns a lot of people would typically want.
I don't know. Set themselves up. It just takes one good break here, and they're in a really good position to hold this one, but they need to keep an eye on Journey. 205 and rising in terms of streaks from him. Not going to be too far off, but they're holding it down here. Walking down the front door, if you like, as Hybrid try and push through from the back. Here comes the push from Spoof. He will get taken down 50 points away. Make that no more. Lightning Strike now available for Journey, who I think, you know, a lot of people look at Metals and look at Journey, who have possibly been 2 of the most consistent players. I think you look at Metals, Lucky, and Journey all year long. They've been great for Heretics. They're consistently good for this team. They're a big reason as to why they did put up some good results. Maybe not so much recently, of course, but Journey, a very big reason as to why Heretics are now in the lead in this game by over 50 points. As we do head over towards P3. There's going to be Heretics' first one there. 2 streaks available for Journey as well, as definitely going to help them throughout the rest of this map.
Well, questions about Heretics seemingly have been answered so far in this hard point, and they are playing more like the Pro League team we expect them to. After a little bit of a slow start, mainly off the play of Hybrid Gaming, Heretics coming back into this one with full force. Part of that on the shoulders of Journey.
Streaks are available, but he has already called one in, so very little gain, you would say. It's going to be methods towards the back here. He's going to get taken down, that ICR in hand. Look, he does find one inside the hill as well, but I think for Heretics here, you know, they're in the better position now. They are going to be able to lock it down. They are going to be able to force Hybrid to spawn towards the back. Kills coming in their favour. Just need to make sure they get the kill over towards stairs. Jintroid staying alive here is going to allow the rest of the team to push on through. And playing your life is such an underestimated skill, but Jintroid did a great job of that, helping Panda getting those shots down there, and Hybrid are going to get the final 15 or 20 seconds. They'll still find themselves behind as we move over towards P4. Heretics won't be too happy with that one. They had a good rotation, used the streak, and found very little for it.
Certainly didn't, and let's see as we go back into this rotation. I mean, for me, guns is always a little bit difficult because you end up seeing flanks on here an awful lot of the time, and the spawn also likes to flip. So sometimes you can get into a little bit of trouble if you overcommit one way or the other. But right now, it looks like Heretics is just trying to hold off and get these first few initial kills in to lock this one down. Out comes the Tempest now. They don't actually have control completely at this point, which is why he's not pushing up. He's just holding this outside of the Tempest, knowing he's going to have to allow his teammates to do it, but he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't manage to get Panda there. The hit actually got him. Panda's going to go back and challenge. He's going to try him again. He's just going to keep putting him down. Panda's just going to say thank you very much until somebody actually pushes him. That's the third time he's hit him. Still not going to kill. Finally gets something by getting the teammate, but I don't actually know if Panda ended up dying there.
I think it's still alive, isn't it? Yeah, Panda captured the hard point. He's inside there. And it's one of those things, it's like, yeah, waste your bullets. I mean, you can't kill me from where I am. Journey now, trying to get set up over towards B1. That lobby control we know so important. Now they're going to be pushing down that side. They're going to be trying to push over towards Office 4 this hill. Heretics still in a pretty decent lead here. Attack 5 has been popped. Not in too bad of a position, but it is going to be Hybrid breaking the back spawns here. Pushing through with full force. Everybody floating through. Jintroid, not the gun you want in that situation. I'd rather have him post up towards those back double doors and just get some bullets down inside the hill. And the Hybrid, not as far behind as you would maybe have expected, but Heretics right now looking pretty good and relevant. 70 points or so is the lead. A solid one at that.
Look now, Stamino trying to make a little bit of work going on for them here, but it does seem to be Heretics lighting up the kill feed. That's all 5 down for Hybrid Gaming as we now rotate towards the middle, and it's going to be Heretics who hold it at the same time. You can already see they're now starting to throw out a little bit here because the spawn coming in from behind is exactly where they want. Vortex gets 3. And Heretics have taken full control of this game, and Hybrid Gaming are playing catch-up pretty much everywhere on the map.
And that's the problem, you know, because the Heretics are getting a specialist sooner, because they're already in the lead, they're getting plenty of points and kills. Makes things so much easier for Heretics to just extend this lead. We need to see something big from Hybrid Gaming here. Mel's with Slam in hand. Not a bad spot to use it if Hybrid do have control, of course. Just thinking about it, you can see. Thinking about the push coming in, Stamino finds 2 as well, and there you go, that's a nice clean break from Hybrid for 35 seconds. This is good from them, they're going to be able to lock that down, have control over towards Windows side, have spawns they want for P2. This is a nice setup from Hybrid, going into the second rotation here. Methods is there for Heretics.
Well, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Hybrid need to start playing better rotations if they want to get back into this game ton. And right now, they've done that. They have big control over towards the back. The fight that's going to go down is going to be Methods versus Stamino. As you can see on that mini-map, Methods has gone way towards the back, trying to get those spawns, trying to give his teammates an opportunity to spawn back there. They haven't done it, but he's going to try and pinch. It's so crucial to see what he does with this opportunity. He's got Vortex come with him. Vortex has got him at the same time, and now they're going for the pinch. There's a big push coming in from them as well. Vortex gets 2, Methods gets 1 at the same time, and all of a sudden, Heretics have crushed that hard point and pushed Hybrid out.
Really, really good play out of Heretics. Slow and methodical where it needs to be. Good play by Methods. Yes, okay, he doesn't necessarily pull any trees up with that, but it's enough. It's enough to help his team get in. Vortex and Core, though, are going to go down, and 25 seconds remaining are going to go over towards Hybrid, but the initial break from Heretics was solid. They've limited Hybrid to very, very little there, and they are going to keep continuously pushing this one. Not necessarily any specialist, though. Score streaks to play with. Just contesting where they need to. Oh my god, Methods, he's managed to stay alive. Can he find the 3rd as well? Breaks it all on his own, and there's been plenty of criticism directed his way all year long. But if he continues to play like that here this week, Heretics will be looking like a contender for a really good finish. Finds his 4th as well, 110 off streaks.
Well, this is now the big push towards Statue, and Heretics being in control is not unsurprising. Metals gets 2 with his Grand Slam. Just trying to continue to push them out, and the ICRs are now going to go to work. Expect to see a flank coming from Hybrid Gaming because it's just too difficult for them to push the front. And now seeing Hybrid kind of slow down a little bit. They need to be a bit faster onto this push. They've only got 30 seconds left on this hill.
The push needs to come through. Not quick enough. Here comes the streak from Methods as well. But you're right, Hybrid far too slow here. They need to be pushing in. They really cannot afford to give Heretics any more, but when we go over towards Gun Hill, Methods is going to have a streak available as well. Looking at specialists, if you're Hybrid Gaming, Stamino, we need to see a huge play out of him with this War Machine spoof. We need a big Grav Slam to come out as well. Stamino is currently firing that towards Methods, who's lying on the floor, nowhere near it as well. Here comes the streak. There goes the wall. There goes the map we feel for Hybrid Gaming. He's going to find 2 good kills towards the back, though. Is that enough, though? Is it enough for Hybrid to push in? 5 seconds remaining here. Bryce, Heretics are in the hill. That. Oh, okay. Spook maybe makes a question of it. Finds 3. Is eventually going to go down. That one should be it. Heretics. Surely eventually going to take map number 1. It made it look relatively easily, to be honest with you, Bryce.
I mean, they did, but I've got to question Hybrid there, right? Like, they came back into the game, and that statue pushed. It was so hesitant. It looked like they were trying to get a better stat going on, but they took so long. Like I said, 30 seconds left on that hill. Like, you either commit to the push, or you know... But, well, basically, there is no option. You commit to the push.
Yeah, you have to.
If you die, you spawn out, you rotate. There is no other option there. You don't slow burn it, because, you know, you might get scrap time, and you've lost the rotation anyway. Yeah, you have to hit it.
You have to, and you know you can sometimes think. I think they're probably thinking about somebody coming around by stairs side because if you can set up a pinch, that makes it so easy. I think if they were all flooding through lobby, then it's always a difficult situation. But in that situation, they have to because of how far behind they are. So I think we've seen glimpses of it. From Hybrid to show that they can compete. But for me, I think Heretics, that was pretty good. In all honesty, I think they all played relatively well. When Methods are starting to get streaks, the other team were in trouble at that point.
Journey was a stand-up
Journey was really, really good as well. So, yeah, all things looking good for Heretics in all honesty. There's been question marks around them, and I think that's what makes the series so close for me. We know that Hybrid are relatively well-versed team. They've got players on that roster who can cause problems. However, the question mark mostly has been around Heretics, whether are they going to bring this form? We know they can bring, because I think, if you say to yourselves that Heretics of the level we've seen at the beginning of the year go up against Hybrid, this is a pretty simple game for them, which is what it looks like it may be if it does continue in this fashion. They look pretty good at map number 1.
They certainly did, and it got a little bit close at one point, but then again, once you start locking down the hills like they did with the ICRs... I never felt like
Heretics were going to lose it.
No, you are right, yeah. As soon as, after that initial break, I think it was from either Stamina or Swoop, I couldn't remember which one did it with the grapple, then Heretics took over. Like, it was the initial 20 seconds they got, and then Heretics just went, okay, we've got this now.
Yeah, it was really difficult. And I think you look at the SMGs of Hybrid, you think that's maybe where they could look at. Spoof being the primary one, of course. He's had an up and down year, had a really good start to the year, qualified for the Pro League, then got dropped. It was one of those things, justice for Spoofs all the way through the year. I do still feel quite bad for him, but either way, we need to see maybe a little bit more from the rest of the team if they do want to go on to win this game. Going into an S&D, you look at some of these players and you would definitely say S&D is potentially their forte, and let's see what they can do in this one. Heretics, though, based on what we've seen in map number 1, feeling pretty comfortable for them.
Yeah, I think so. I think Heretics now, it is still a Pro League team, and we've said before, in most of these groups you favour the Pro League teams because they are supposed to be a cut above. It's always going to be the same story. It's where the big upsets come in. That's the difference here. I heard on Brother there's actually an upset going on at the moment.
Yeah, Singularity are 2-0 up against Luminosity now. Okay. We were speaking, me and Lando were speaking about not necessarily that game, but that group, and it was like, well, we know LG are going to finish first in that pool. It's a case of who finishes second. That's a big upset if that goes through. Of course, there's still more games to be played in that one. It's not done and dusted. But Singularity are a team that we know are good, but we just weren't sure they'd be able to push for a second place finish. LG and UIU in there, you were like, it might be a step too far. But if they beat LG, they're looking pretty good for that one. Genji have already lost today. It is champs. These things happen. And they are starting to happen pretty early on.
Hey, people want it more. That's the difference. Some of these teams, they haven't had a chance to have a crack at the pro teams all year long. And now on the biggest stage in Call of Duty esports, that's the big one.
Well then, which way does this one go? The Search and Destroy really could be the swing here for Hybrid. I think if Heretics take this one, it's pretty much a walk in the park. However, if Hybrid can force themselves a map, then maybe we have a game on our hands. Just gonna have to restart the lobby, guys. Teams have managed to spawn in the wrong side, but we will get into this game very shortly. But I think more speaking about Singularity and LG. I don't want to say I've maybe undersold Singularity. We know they're a good team, but like a lot of people talked about their bracket to get to top 16, they didn't have to play one top 16 team seeded wise in Miami. I think it was something to do with the Mind Freak collapse going on. That
still hurts. Still hurts a little bit.
It hurts a little bit. Yeah, I would love to actually have seen them here, but irrelevant. I think they found themselves in a good bracket, but that's not their fault. They've got to work through. They did what they had to find themselves in this position. I don't think anyone would have expected them to be 2-0 up against LG. I think some people would, like some of biased UK guys, not necessarily me, would have been like, yeah, they can beat them. But realistically, everyone expected LG to be top in that pool. That would be a big upset. I'm trying to figure out. I think it would be a bigger upset than Fuego beating Genji.
I mean, it's close.
Yeah, it's pretty close, actually. Yeah, it is
If it's a 3-0, I would probably give it to the Singularity.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. I think, you see Fuego, they're an up-and-coming team. They've had their issues scrimming and stuff, beating Genji, who we know Genji can sometimes.
No, see, this is the issue.
Well, no, they don't. Yeah,
Genji
they're really consistent.
Have been the most consistent team all year.
Yeah.
Highest average placing of any team all year.
Yeah.
And then it comes to champs.
No, you're right. Yeah,
so they lose their fourth in their group.
Yeah, it's unquestionable what's happened. Actually, I don't.
Yeah. There's no logic behind it.
No, I was trying.
Other than the fact that Mad Cat's returned and apparently has just recruited an all-star team.
I mean, we're ecstatic, obviously, because we're big Mad Cat fans, we're big UK Call of Duty fans. So it's great to see from our perspective. But when you see these things, it's like, wow, how is that actually happening?
Do you know the worst thing is? We actually we were at the gym with him
yesterday.
Yesterday. And we were talking about it, and he was saying, "Oh no, we're fine," because there's been tweets going on about their practice and stuff. And he's like, no, we're much better than we think we are. Don't worry about it. We've got this. And I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, we were just like, yeah, Dylan. Yeah, you'll be Genji.
Yeah, you'll be fine, Dylan. This will totally work out for you.
You'll be fine. Throw it on the pool.
I kind of believed him, but at the same time, the logic part of me wasn't believing him. And now he comes into the event and does this. But let's put a pin in that for now and jump on board with the game we are supposed to be watching. Heretics versus Hybrid. It's the search and destroy. And we're back onto Arsenal.
Which way do Hybrid choose to go? Journey already allowing his position to be given away. A couple of shots there. Maybe he's got a nervous twitch in his trigger finger. Panda up with the sniper in hand. He can be quite lethal with this. We have seen this throughout the... Yeah, that's not far away from Journey either. Having a shot towards Lucky. We know Panda can be good with this. The bomb now does go down over towards A. Panda given the cover. Reconning out. He's going to spot somebody to the right-hand side there. And they have allowed Heretics to pretty much retake this bomb site. See you later, Journey. Panda finds one, expecting to push here as well. Surely he's not going to go for the quick scope. Not quite going to happen. Metals is going to stay alive. 3v2 in favor of Heretics momentarily. Now 2v2. Oh my god, Spoof just shuts them down.
That was an easy 2v2 Spoof. I wonder if we're going to see that in the kill count.
Yeah, I feel like we might see the sniper, but Spoof yet. Oh no, we aren't going to see the one. Here we go.
This was easy though.
This is relatively simple though, hasn't it? Just lined up. Oh, I mean...
You're not going to get an easier kind of two-piece than that.
Yeah, that's one of those that you just sort of say, oh, well, okay, we'll take it. We'll take that one. Anyway, for Hybrid, are going to get on the board here 1-0 now.
Yeah, big opportunity for Hybrid here as well. You know, the Search and Destroy, we've always said, can be the slip map against pro teams. You've got different strategies, different breaks, and different ways of playing this map. They don't know what to always expect. So let's see whether or not that is the opportunity Hybrid need. Right now on board with Panda, has the sniper, overwatching window. No information for him yet, so he's probably calling this out to his teammate, just letting them know there's nobody here. Expect something maybe middle or B.
The thing is for Hybrid, they're not set up to watch the window push. The only information they're going to gather is when they see him push over towards the bomb site. He's actually going to be killed coming in. Fall Lucky onto Spoof. So, this is the thing though, if you're Panda towards the back there, you're calling out as much as possible, saying this guy's over towards A, but yet here we are at B. That bomb is down. Easy with grenade in hand. He's going to get caught with his pants down. If anything, though, Lucky takes him out. 1v3.
Cooking that grenade ended up costing him. He's going to get out of there, and Panda gets a sniper. Looks like they're going for the retake, but Metals gets two, and now Panda's in a 1 versus 4. Has a sniper, has an ICR, but really doesn't have a hope to make this one work. Go for the quick scope. Do it. You weren't going to win that anyway. You might as well have gone for it. 1-1 though, Heretics Hybrid.
I love the challenge from Metals towards the back here. Just absolutely flies at him as soon as he gets those first 2 kills. Metals is a joker. Nice one, Panda up. Finds one. Metals finds 2 kills on the bomb site. Panda already spread him. Metals, I am absolutely flying at you. We love that mentality from the Heretics boys, don't get me wrong.
A little bit of a bunny hop to try and get that one to lock down, but wasn't quite able to. And now we switch on to the other side. Of course, this time around it will be Hybrid on the attack. Let's see how they end up breaking this one down. It does look like potentially pushing into the mid to get a bit of mid control. But no, actually, they're going to send a couple of players to guns. And Gintroid is just going to sit there. It looks like maybe a rotation coming in.
Heretics have a lot of control around the map apart from Renee, though, so it's going to allow Hybrid to just easily rotate around to that one. The thing is, though, the Hybrid know there is no presence here from Heretics right now. Lucky is going to take down Stamido. This is a weird stack from Heretics. They're quite happy to let Hybrid take control of that bomb site and plant. That's going to be a 5-on-3 retake as Lucky finds another onto BZ. Should be around for Heretics if they can get a hold of these kills, but Spoof is going to answer back 43.
3 versus 1. It's now on Panda. What can he do? He goes for that first gunfight, manages to get it.
This is doable.
Penny now got it. It's a long-range sword fight, and he puts a few bullets in, but it's just not enough. And Heretics will end up winning that one out. It's 2-1 now to Heretics.
That's always one of them. You favor the ICR. Methods takes that one. Now 2-1 to Heretics. Just to give you guys an update, if you don't have Bravo open, currently there's 1-1 in the control between Singularity and Luminosity. 2-0 to Singularity in that series, though. More the series out of them. What an upset that will be, especially if they get it done 3-0.
No, it's not out of the realms of possibility. If Singularity win the first 2, there's no reason they can't win the control.
Absolutely not. All we need to do is listen if Ben screams.
That is true. That is true. We are close enough to Ben that we can hear him scream, so that's basically going to be our measuring stick for the rest of that game. Let's jump on board with, it looks like Hybrid Gaming on the defense this time around, and it's Panda. He's got that sniper out. Ooh. Hits him with the hit marker. Lucky lives up to his namesake.
Oh, there you go. It takes the shot and then finds Panda with the second. I think it's just one of those where if you take that first shot, usually you're like, yeah, I'm not challenging this again. This guy's got me. And then he challenges him again and catches him. Fantastic stuff out of Lucky.
How annoyed would you be, though, if you're Panda in that situation? You get a hit marker and the guy comes back and takes you down.
Absolutely furious.
Well, here we go. They now have control. However, Stamino is there in a great position to take it down. Gets that trade out, though. Heretics 4-3. And they're now looking for this one. Busy coming over. Lucky watching those backstairs like a hawk. Sniper rifle dialed fully in. But he really is going to have to make this.
Oh! The flick! We're playing with controllers, not mouse and keyboard. That's insane!
What a ridiculous shot from him.
Oh!
That was like Duck Hunt from the SNES.
It just went.
Unbelievable flick shot.
Please, that is insane.
As soon as I saw where the player was, I didn't think he was going to make it.
What's this? What?
Oh my goodness.
God, he's channeling his inner shroud. That was insane.
I really don't understand how he got that.
How has he hit that?
Heretics 3-1 up. That's a beautiful snipe. Oh, well, let's see what they can do here. Heretics on the defense this time around. Big stack coming in. They've got many, many players here. Both teams are about to go against each other. It's going to be a lot of engagements. Here they go. It's all trades coming in. Right now, Heretics have the advantage, and they've pushed Hybrid Gaming way back. It's a 4 versus 2, and Panda is backpedaling, looking desperately to try to get a few more kills for his team. Journey throws a shoulder, knows that players had to back off, and now Hybrid Gaming have gone all the way back to this spawn without the bomb and without the rest of their teammates.
Yeah, and staring down a 4-1 deficit right now. BZ and Panda not in the best position, but they are working proactively. If anything, you know, they're going to make a movement around, maybe something that the team Heretics will not expect. Trying to make the push around here. Bit unorthodox. They are going to get caught out, though. Methods finds one. BZ surely will get traded away momentarily, but Heretics looking really good in the search and destroy. Really good in the series. Just to give you an update on the Singularity Luminosity game. Singularity 2-1 up the control now. That is crazy if that ends 3-0. Holy hell.
Insanity. Absolute insanity. But, you know what? Bit of normality going on here as Hybrid pick up another round in the search and destroy.
Oh, we're all normality over here on Charlie. Don't worry. All normality. 3-0s, 3-1s. Teams expecting to win games. You want that, you come to Charlie.
Yeah, we got a pretty normal schedule for you.
Yeah, I mean, we're a game ahead at this point.
It's been fast. and not that furious. It's been pretty smooth going here over on Charlie, but let's jump on board with Heretics as they start to get control of the bomb site. And this could be a little bit of trouble because you can see a lot of players here are trying to cut them down. Panda has got an angle. They are refusing to let this bomb go down as all of Hybrid now seek to envelop Heretics, who have bottlenecked themselves into the point. They've seen Spoof. Spoof is there with a grenade. A little bit of trouble. Spoof gets really well. Doesn't eventually get traded out, and they have slipped the net. It's kind of a reset here now for Heretics. They've got 44 seconds left to go, and they've got to figure out where they're pushing.
And the problem is for them here is that Hybrid have managed to push up the map and will have some pretty decent real estate to play with here. They've pushed pretty far up in places, are able to set themselves up nicely. Heretics now make the push. Methods and Court pushing towards the bomb site as well. Panda doing a good job of staying alive as Stamino finds one from Ben sneaking around. That's a great kill by Journey. Panda just gets deleted. 3v2, needs to make this kill. Journey finds Gentroid as well. Now a 1v3 for Stamino, difficult position to be in.
Journey's just made every single important kill that they needed. He took the guy off backstairs, he made sure the flank didn't get them. They've turned this round away. At one point, I generally thought they weren't going to be able to plant. There was too many members of Hybrid Gaming around. Stamino now, they know where he is. He's got a Sorg. They're just not going to allow him to make this gunfight. They're not going to come at him. They'll throw shoulders until the end of time, and he knows it and goes out of the map.
Takes himself off the map and takes himself away from a position where he can concede some score over towards Heretics. Still though, streaks are available for Vortex. At least got one, I do believe.
And this is where it's. By the way, I don't know if you can hear Benson next door. We are very close to him, and it does sound like Singularity are having a great time.
Singularity are having a fantastic time. Wow. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that through our mics, but just to confirm,
Ben's very loud.
Ben is very loud, and Singularity just 3-0'd LG. I am faded. What the hell?
Unbelievable. LA is already looking like upsets. It's just day number 1. We're not even in bracket yet. It's just groups.
I'm glad everyone else.
Well, 5-1 now to Heretics here against Hybrid Gaming. 4-4 at the moment. And it looks like Hybrid are trying to get a lobby push going down. Not quite able to. Both teams trade out once again. Methods, though, finally getting 2. It looks like they're jumping up at him, trying to get the health back into him. He's being challenged once more. Lucky's there, they get the trade. Bomb down as well. It's now a 1 versus 2 for the map. Can Panda do anything here with this Paladin?
We've seen them create chaos with it. Oh, okay, that's not good. Lightning Strike comes in. They know exactly where he is. He has to get a hold of the bomb. Does have an ICR though. This is doable, but they know exactly where he is. Here comes the Hellstorm as well. Oh, good lord, they have to run aside. Lucky finds the kill. Panda goes down 2-0 for Heretics. They are sailing through this series right now.
They are, and it's pretty much as expected, right? We were
to
curious. Well, yeah, no, you're actually right there. It wasn't as expected because we were very worried about Heretics. We have been worried about Heretics.
Yes. But we know that they can do this. This is the thing with Heretics. Throughout the year, they've been inconsistent because whether it be role changes, whether it just be sheer inconsistency, they have been up and down. Sometimes they look like one of the best teams on the game. Top 6 team can really cause problems for anybody. Sometimes they look like a top 16 team at best. So it's one of these things where what Heretics do you get? Right now, we're looking at the team that really are quite strong, and Hybrid are getting the sharp end of the stick here, unfortunately.
Yeah, they certainly are. I've got to give props to Journey again. I think he's making some really big kills around the map. Certainly kind of just holding this team together just with the plays that he's making. And that's what we want to see from Heretics. You know, if you are a Heretics fan, and I'm sure there are many, many in the chat right now, given the Vamos, you know, you're 2-0 up. You want to see them come out of groups and just see how far they can get into the bracket. Miami was disappointing for them. This is the big stage, though. This is the World Championship. It doesn't get bigger than this. The whole year can be chalked if you do the business here.
Yeah, and not many more maps for them to go to take their first win here on groups. We're going to go to a very quick commercial break. We'll be back with map number 3 just after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the World Championship of Call of Duty. We're here live on Charlie, and we're ready to go into map number 3. I almost forgot how to count them for just a second, but it's because I'm excited, all right? Heretics look good again. It's Vamos in the chat. I'm Bryce. Joining me, Chris Tunn.
Thank you very much, Bryce. You're getting very excitable now. We're seeing a good performance out of Heretics. We're seeing EU teams just upset the odds across the board. I love to see it.
How can I not be excited? It's the World Championship of
You're
Call
next
of Duty.
to me. I mean, wow. How could you not be excited?
I was more excited about the production team, who are killing it so far this event. I love the production here. All right, let's jump on board, though. This is going to be Seaside Control. Heretics, one more map to take their first win here at the Championships. And Hybrid need to show us a little bit more.
Yeah, seriously. Let's be honest. The S&D, okay, there was a couple of rounds that really just went a different way than you maybe would have expected, but Heretics have looked good. They've looked really good. I expect them to close this out. Yes, Seaside is a map I enjoy for them, in all honesty. They've looked pretty convincing throughout this series. I expect them to close it here in 3-0 fashion. It's a big hit towards A. Well, inside church right now, and there's only one to answer back here for Hybrid Gaming. If these kills come through for Heretics, this is going to be captured super quick. Hybrid, though, crucially, the kill that they do get is one in mid-map, so they can wrap around. They can then get a bit of a pinch set up, but the kills have come in for Heretics once again. They are about to get 2 ticks underway.
They are, and Johnny's, it's Lucky trying to get a few of these ever so important spawn kills. Just completely disrupts their own team when they have to deal with it, and that's 2 ticks onto A, and it should be the rotation onto B any second now, unless they can find something out of the bag here. It looks like Heretics are still committing to this one. And Mellors is going to have to get out of there because he's not going to be able to win it. But it's been enough of a distraction for the first tick on B to go down. It's an absolute classic move for Seaside. You move over towards A. Yes, okay, you start losing some gunfights in and around there when you already have 2 ticks. Suddenly everybody's having to defend and rotate back towards A, and that is when you make a move over towards B. Really good stuff out of Heretics there. The easy being captured in 2 minutes, 10 seconds, and a 2 live advantage to capture 1 point at A. They do, and they're now pushing up a little bit here. Hybrid Gaming, I actually like this play from them. They are down in the kills. They know that realistically Heretics are in a great position on this map. If they can start pinning them in and start getting a few kills to their advantage, it can go well for them. But it is a difficult thing to do. BG's gone all the way to the back there. Number 7 is going to go up and jump up. Not quite able to manage to take it. And that should clear out the lines, more or less, for Heretics to move back up the map. And now Hybrid Gaming are just trying to hold as much map control as they can. And the thing is here for Heretics is that they have so much time that they can go in each and every direction that they want. They can set up pinches, they can set themselves up for a nice little break. That is unfortunate for Vortex. One running straight into grenade there from Stamino. But either way, as I said, they can set up in a few different directions. They can get themselves a pinch set up, and it makes things easier for Heretics. However, the kills have whittled down here. It is still only a 2-kill advantage for the Spanish. Spiff is going to make that 1 though, and Hybrid, for all that, they had a bad start here, Brycey. It's been a really good comeback by them. I say that momentarily as Heretics find a flurry of kills, and they will make the push over towards it. They will, Neil, this is the big push. If Hybrid Gaming hold this, they have a chance. But they have to hold it without trading away too much. Unfortunately, Lucky gets 1. That is going to be traded away straight away, but it's still advantage to Heretics. Journey gets another. It's now a 3 versus 8. It's difficult here. They're pinned in. Their backs against the wall, and here come Heretics. And they get another kill. It's a 1 versus 7. Down they go. Panda cannot make magic happen, and Heretics take that round. A really good round out of Heretics in the end, and ultimately I think their win really comes down to that initial push over towards A. It was very strong. You get yourself 2 ticks off the rip on A. Suddenly you're in a really nice spot. Not really much for Hybrid to do that in that situation. Heretics looking so good for this 3-0 win right now. Well, they're now on the defense, and anything can happen. We've seen teams pull out big wins in attack before. Maybe just getting a quick capture onto A, but it looks like a fairly standard opener here from both teams. Straight into that B bomb site. Hybrid Gaming stacking it with at least 4 bodies. And Heretics actually don't really have the numbers here. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Never mind. They won
everything I just said was pointless.
Every gunfight. Vortex now. Tricks available for him. 35 on his Hellstorm. Heretics just trying to keep the finger on the button, trying to keep that pressure there. Setting themselves up mid-map, I mean, it's the best thing to do. They find those initial kills. We can see they were extended over B side, so Hybrid made the call to go over A. That's fantastic. If you're Hybrid, you made the right call here, but if you're Heretics, you really need to send some resources back over towards A. Or I think that happened last round to Hybrid, where Heretics made that push towards A. That can happen to you as well. So they have to be careful not to overextend too much over towards B. When I see those 5 kills, I like to see guys push up the whole map, not just one side.
Yeah. I kind of agree with you there. Like you said, especially in this game mode, sometimes you have to make bold plays.
Yeah.
You have to kind of try and take a risk, because otherwise it's very formulaic, right? You know that, especially in this stage, if you get a wipe, you push up and you try to get some spawn kills, or you get the ticks if you're going for it. If not, it grinds all the way down. But every team is so good at trading, and it's exactly what we're seeing here, right? It's 18-17.
Very, very close game. Vortex does have those 2 streaks available as well. But the thing is here for Hybrid is that the live count might be in your favor, but realistically, you haven't been able to find much for it. You don't have a tick on any of the... sorry, you've got 1 over towards B. Very hard to see that green there from where I was sitting. Sorry, I do apologize. You've got 2 ticks over towards B, 1 over towards A. Panda now, oh my, that is a side arm. The RK7 in Panda's hands, isn't it? Quite able to find the 3rd. Time is running out here for Hybrid Gaming. I said they have the life advantage, but they need to capture a point.
They certainly do. And Hybrid, now they should have B locked in. If you're Heretics, you don't really go for it. Can't afford to trade at this point in the game. Heretics, what they need here is either a big flank or to hold this nicely to bring this kills back down. And you see here, Journey's locked in. They're waiting for this push. Outcoming stun. He dodges it as well. But now more push coming from Hybrid Gaming. They get a few kills to break this one through. Methods has to go and reinforce. They know Body's in coming into Little. Players on the stair at the same time. He's going to get another kill, and he does manage to just get out of it. But the Tempest comes out from Panda, and now Heretics don't have any respawns left. They have to play a perfect game to hold this one down.
Oh my.
And they may have managed to do it. It's now 5 versus 6.
Vortex is calling in a Hellstorm. This could be massive for them. That's going to at least slow Hybrid down, but does find Panda as well. Journey finds another. This would be the 5 or 6 kills flawlessly from Heretics. Now a 5v4 in their favor.
Heretics so far managed to do it. They've just found out there's a person top secret.
4v4.
Going to have to be careful with this here. Every single kill matters as it's being traded again. It's 3 versus 2. This is a big gunfight. Can he manage to make it? Wolex versus Stamino, and Stamino managed to get it. 2 versus 2. 21 seconds left to go. It's all going to end any second here now onto this one. That's just looking for it.
It's a huge round for Hybrid. They really do need to win it. Lucky going to call out the War Machine here. They're starting to send them in. Methods finds one into Stamino. Now 1v2 for Panda. 10 seconds to go. He needs to go now. Oh, he's in a horrible position. They're both pre-aiming the door, pre-firing the door. He's got an RK7. He has to go for it. Slides in, goes down, and Heretics pull that win out of the fire. Somehow, some way, they just managed to find the kills when it mattered. It's looking real good here for Heretics. That was a super big round. If Hybrid bring that one back, 1-1, you know, the series is maybe on a knife edge. This was real nice from Panda, though, I'm not going to lie to you. Hits the shots there, slides off, and just gives Metals the gunny. Fantastic stuff out of the NA veteran. But there you go. The kills come through for Heretics eventually. 2-0 now in the series and in the control. Things are looking solid.
They certainly are. And if you're Heretics, you're going to be feeling the passion at the end of that one. You know that was a big win. Huge. And now, if you're Hybrid, your backs are up against the wall and you are defending this time around. Big bodies now into this church control. They managed to clean it out. I mean, that tick did go down. That's very important for Heretics, but didn't probably get as much there as they were hoped to. That was a fairly easy sweep out for Hybrid Gaming, as now it looks like we probably will end up going towards the B control side. Stamino ends up going down after he gets traded out against Journey.
Metals with his grab slam as well. So Torresy, not a bad spot to use it. Oh, he goes for it on the outside. Is going to get caught. Did that tick through? Should have at least. Yep, he is going to get reduced to half. So grab slam not quite hitting home. Spook's not too far away from his. Top 5 is popped. Hybrid Gaming having to throw everything but the kitchen sink at this one. Now slightly down in kills, albeit just 1. Here come Heretics. They're pushing on through. And they get the kills that they need to. BZ should be dead momentarily. Does find the kill, does Methods. Spook is not able to do anything there himself. It should be B over towards Heretics. See maybe Hybrid having one little stab at it here. Can't imagine they'll go again if they can't find any kills.
Mena gets the kill there as well. Mena, as though, gets that trade. And it looks like it might go for a big stack here. It looks like lots of players coming in. Hybrid are looking for this one, though. Big gunfight out the outside, and that will be Heretics who hold it down here, and that will now be a B capture. I cannot believe that Hybrid Gaming would go for a second attempt.
Yeah, it was one of those where it's 5 men up inside the fight. I mean, still going. Stamino has to go for it again. They're down in kills, and they're just saying we really
oh
need to
my
make
goodness,
the
that's
push.
the worst war machine ever.
It could not have really went much worse for Stamino. Gintoride as well. It's not been a good round, not been a good map, not been a good series for Hybrid Gaming.
No, it really hasn't, and this couldn't have gone much worse for them. Spoof manages to get 2, but they're now down on the kills, and they really are going to have to do what Heretics did to them just a minute ago.
Has to be perfect.
Yeah, Heretics need to go for a big flank here. They need good trade. They need a good trade, though. Is he in a little bit of trouble? That's not good. 6 versus 12.
Thing is, yeah, they're really low on lives and they can't even play trades. They're sending one guy forward. It's such a difficult spot to be in if you're Hybrid.
I don't disagree where Stamino is. If he can get a few kills off the rip, maybe. But considering they've just lost 2, it's now a 4 versus 12, 3 versus 12, and Stamino is a million miles away. He's on the other side of the map. He can't even do anything. Canada's the last player alive with the RK7. Down they go, and that will be Heretics with the hot 3-0 in their series.
Yeah, it's pretty convincing. Honestly, don't know what else to say. I expected Hybrid to put up a much better match than that, in all honesty. But Heretics look really good. I will say they looked very, very good at every single level. Their hardpoint was very, very solid. Their rotation was good. They were holding down everything they could. S&D was great. Sniper play coming out lucky. We've seen Journey have a very good game as well. The control was flawless. They did everything they should be doing on C side, making the surprise push towards A and making it work. That's the thing. There's quite often we see teams do that. They make that push through mid all the way through to church to go towards A, and they make the push and they'll get a couple of kills, but that'll be it. But every single time they made it work, they were getting ticks on the point, and that puts them in a great position for then to further go on in the later stages of the round to then get a hold of it. It makes it so much easier. Heretics impressive. Hybrid far from.
Yeah, so they certainly were. And I'll tell you what, before we go, let's have a little look at our groups to see how everything's playing out here at the World Championship. This is Group E to H.
Oh, look at E.
Yeah, that's a shocker.
And the big thing for Singularity is the fact that it's a 3-0. That's an important point to make. In pools, maps can matter. You know, if Singularity will lose to UIU, Luminosity beat UIU, then you're looking at a 3-way tie. Maps start to come into it. The fact that they 3-0'd Luminosity is a big scalp to take. Not just the fact that they won, the fact that they 3-0'd them. So it's super, super important for them. But champs are starting to heat up already. You know, sometimes it takes a while to get into it, but there's been upsets galore already.
It certainly has, and we're only just getting started. It's halfway through day 1 here at the World Championship, and the open bracket teams have come in with a force to be reckoned with and are making upsets all over the show. Well, Ton, it's looking like a crazy event.
Yeah, it's been super interesting so far. Obviously, so much on this stream, it's been pretty simple, pretty much what we expected, but every other stream's having surprises. Just stick with us. We'll get one at some point. We're going to go for a quick commercial break. We'll be back with the next game just after that.